the overview of how to create, how to extract data from the way to extract data from the Excel. If, so
Hey,
from
Rajiv, your voice is not coming properly.
result.
Yeah.
How about now? Am I audible?
Little bit, not like much better. Like,
How about now? Same now? Is it better now?
yeah, yeah, now it's like, yeah, now it's better.
Okay. Even that will ways to read data from the actual. Okay.
Mhm.
From today, we'll just go into the actual SAS, where where how to create SAS libraries, how to create SAS data sets, and all. That is the coding
Mhm.
part. So first of all, how does the SAS system works? Okay. So the firstly, before creating data sets, before creating, before uploading files into SAS and everything. So whenever we create something, something in SAS, in terms of SAS data, so in terms of SAS data sets, it will be by default, it will be stored in the work library. Okay.
Mhm.
So work library is a default library. Okay, where SAS creates a temporary memory such that all the data sets of that particular session will be stored in that default library.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
So if we close the session, our
yeah.
like
They'll be
saved
gone.
data will be like removed, right?
Yeah, they'll be removed. They'll be deleted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the name itself, it is it is a it's the temporary space,
Mm-hmm.
which only works when the session is on, and it gets deleted when the session is off.
Okay.
So for now, we'll just see. So for example, if I'm creating a data set,
Mm-hmm.
that, that so this particular DS data set it's been created in the work library DS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this will stay until a session is active. Once the session is closed, it will be deleted automatically. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So normally, if you see, um, we write normally, for example, to store any data set in permanent library, we write it as some library library dot data set, right? The same
Mm-hmm.
way, uh, work data sets are represented as work dot data set. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
here we can write work dot data set, or if not, if you can ignore it, still it will be saved in. For example, if you write work dot dataset ds1, it will be still saved in
So,
work.
hey Rajiv, I am not able to see like your studios, just like hands out.
Or is it? But
Yeah.
but I'm sharing the entire screen, ma'am. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 1 minute.
Yeah. How about now?
Wait, wait. Hmm. I'm not able to. Yeah, now. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, now I'm, yeah. Yeah, now I can see.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So the thing is, once even though you mention work dot dataset or create a or you create dataset without work dot. it will be still saved as shared in the work folder. So,
Okay.
so we know we created work DS1. It is in DS1. And if you don't create, if you don't use work dot, by default, it will be saved in here,
DS2, yeah.
DS2. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's what temporary space. Okay. So
Mhm.
yeah. So in order to store, our data set permanently, we have to
Mhm.
create a library,
Yeah.
a library of
Mhm.
our own. Okay. So in order to get a library, so there are some few rules. Okay. So the first thing is to contact with this one nickname.
Good name, yeah.
So nickname is the is a keyword. Okay, because it's in blue color.
Mhm.
And after that we'll have library name, so which is our preferred name. Okay, for example, I'm gonna write in this way. Okay, SAS uh, data SAS data. Okay, and then now we have to provide location in quotations and then semicolon. Okay, so location in the sense, um, so for everything there will be location. Okay. Even
Mhm.
though the libraries are stored, so the libraries are stored under specific heading called my libraries. Okay.
Mhm.
But but the entire space occupation will be in the server itself. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Will be in the folder which we have mentioned. So thing is, we have created a folder called SAS batch 2. Okay.
Mhm.
So if I just click on this folder and then click on right, then click on the right click, sorry, and then right click, we'll get this location of it. Copy this
Okay.
location and then paste over here.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you do it, so we got once you run this particular piece of code, we get this library name. Okay. If you see here, library, okay, library reference. So library means library
Mhm.
reference as data was successfully assigned as follows. Physical
Mhm.
name. There is no physical. If you go into the library section, you'll find it's as
My lab.
underscore data. Yeah, that underscore data.
Yes.
Right? Yeah,
So we can store any data into this one, right? If
exactly,
you want to. Okay.
exactly. Yeah, but for example, if you want to store specific data, then simply mention library name dot data set name. Okay.
Okay.
In that way, you can easily store whichever data that you want.
So once I create the library, so every time I don't have to mention this code like a statement like says data home.
Yeah, it's not required. Which one? That data, that data library name, right?
Mm-hmm.
In order not to do that, just mention in this way.
Yeah, yeah, edit and we can paste here. So
Yeah,
every time we don't have to mention it,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Just
Mm-hmm.
save here. Every time, it will get down. It's on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that
Okay.
you can just eventually you can just mention instead of this entire statement, you
Mm-hmm.
can just mention SAS data dot your data set name.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so we have few rules to create a library reference name. Okay, so which is a library reference name. So no library reference name, which is this one. Okay, there's a this called library reference name. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it should be 8 characters or less. Okay, it should be 8 characters or less. Library should always be 8 characters or less. Um, so in terms of SAS, so must begin with letter or underscore. just like
Mm.
just like data set
Just
creation.
means, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it should start with letter or underscore. Okay, that no, the remaining characters can have letters, numbers, or underscores, but not special characters.
Mm.
Okay. So for example, what is this new icon? Yeah. For example, for example, if you're creating a new library in the same specified location, okay.
Mhm.
So all the data sets present in that location will be copied into your new library. For instance,
If they already containing some data sets, right?
right. For instance, so if you're creating SAS data, so
Mm.
it's in a particular location called SAS batch 2. Okay,
Mm.
you're creating another library,
Mm.
SAS data 1. Okay. So all the data sets present in the SAS data will be copied into this. Okay. So this is it's more than 8 characters. You see here, it's more than eight characters. So it's not valid SAS name. Everything, no, everything the different statement. Okay. Now the library got created. See here. Yeah, I got the data set. Just like
Mm.
it's SAS data.
Data. Okay.
Yeah, that is another option. That new library, always make sure that you use a different space. Okay.
Mm.
Or else, I mean, no, or else, you can use the same space also. There doesn't have to be an issue. But always use some other subfolder. That would be helpful. Same folder. Yeah. Next one is, okay. So for example, you get some raw data in terms of SAS data. Okay. So raw data, so till now, raw data in terms of expired, physical, or what. Okay. So in terms of raw data, if you get in terms of SAS data, you can read those SAS data. The SAS, the SAS nickname method. Okay. So this type of nickname is
Hey Rajiv, your voice is again not coming properly.
same. But now,
Mm, no.
still not clear.
No, not clear properly. I don't know. It's because of net problem. I don't-
How about now?
Yeah, now it's like better. I can hear. Yeah, previously, so like, I don't know where the voice was going. Hello?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's what nickname statement, ma'am. You can create
Mm.
your own nickname statement in this way. In this three rules. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. And so this GUI method is called graphical user interface method
Mm-hmm.
to create a library, but it is not possible in SAS Studio because this is a part of SAS 9.2 version. This is a PC
Mm-hmm.
SAS. So it's can create, but I don't think so we can create a SAS library over here. So it's better in terms of coding itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we go through the actual part of SAS. So which is so how does SAS data process, okay, and how does what is the backend process whenever you submit a SAS data set, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just searching for a document. Just a moment, ma'am. So previously I have shared a document in the SAS. Just a second, ma'am.
Hello?
Yeah, just a second, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just searching for a document which I have shared in the SAS WhatsApp group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I just shared across. Yeah. Can you see my screen, ma'am?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
First thing is, okay, I know whenever we, the thing is, so basically, okay, whenever we submit a data step, so something, which starts with data is called data step. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
whenever we submit this piece of code, okay, the first thing is, it undergoes the syntax check. Okay, the syntax check is nothing but whenever we miss something in terms of, for example, here in terms of DAT, see here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, so SAS has its own system of assuming a symbol as data. Okay, that's not the one. This is the syntax check. Okay, we see here the
Mm-hmm.
statement is not valid or not used of proper order. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because we only use S instead of
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
If you use SC, okay, thing is SAS automatically detects treats this SES set. SAS has
Okay.
a system that whenever we just write a code halfway, it treats that with the full a full length of set statement. I mean some statement, and then gives us this data. Okay, so just to see if it is an error, just write is this comes as an error. Okay, in this way. So this called
Mhm.
something called syntax check. Okay, so
Okay.
SAS statements. So SAS, no, whenever we submit this particular piece of code, SAS will go under a syntax check. Okay, so whether
Mm.
if it found if it found an error, it will throw an error into the log. Okay, throw an error in the log. Okay, so this particular so if there are no errors, okay, if there are no errors found in the data step, the first thing is it will compile the data and then execute it. Okay,
Mm.
yeah. So if you see here, so when executing the data step of in-stream data, SAS system creates the following three items. So after the
Mm.
compilation stage, after the compilation phase, okay, so where the SAS system undergoes syntax check, if everything is fine, then it will go to the execution stage. Okay, in the execution stage, so we'll have three items. Okay, these three.
Mm.
So one is input buffer, other one is PDV. So PDV called program data vector, and the last one is descriptor information. Okay, so
Mm.
show here it will be more clear here. Okay. So there's something called start of the execution phase. So okay, under compilation phase, once it have the syntax check, and then after that it will go and create these three items: input buffer, program data vector, and
Okay.
descriptor
Mm.
information. Okay, this is very important, ma'am. This type of concept, this backend process. Okay,
Mm.
based on it, every statement in every option and every statement in SAS depends. Okay, so if you are clear on this, you can easily identify where does a statement, where does a SAS option works. Okay, every
Mm.
other statements and options in the in SAS, you can easily find out where does they work. Is it before execution phase or after execution phase? Sorry, before execution phase or at the execution phase, or no, or
Mm.
sorry, or no, or before compilation phase or after compilation phase. In that way. Okay. If you see this one, so at the compilation phase, the first
Mm.
thing is it'll check the
It's
syntax. Okay.
checking.
Yeah, whenever you submit a SAS code, it'll check the syntax. Okay. If if everything goes well, it creates this particular step called input buffer, program data vector, descriptor
Mm.
information.
Mm.
Okay. So in the input buffer, normally, normally it reads the data. It reads the raw data. You see here. Okay. It reads the raw data. So each raw data of the data. So each record. I mean, in terms of each record we have passed it. We have passed um, in the from the SAS from the class system, right? The class data set, right? Okay.
Mm.
Each record. Okay.
Mm.
Each record will be stored into a memory. Okay, so not this one, ma'am. I need to just fetch a data set for you again. Yeah, we'll use this one. Yeah, So here each record will be will be in the input buffer. Okay, will be in the input buffer such that it will create a temporary memory. Okay, so when this input statement is executed, it will create a temporary memory when the input statement is executed in terms of data
Mm.
lines. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So after that,
It will be temporary, like memory, or we
yeah, ma'am.
can after like edit.
Did it happen? Hello.
Hello?
No, edit in the sense I didn't get you.
Like if we did some mistake or something, like in our data, like while typing error or anything, so we can edit, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, yeah. So so before before this stage, so
Mm-hmm.
we'll get this syntax error, right? At that
Mm-hmm.
point, we can again, edit our code.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So after that, so once all the records are fed into this input buffer, okay,
Mm-hmm.
then it jumps into this a PDV called program data vector. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So at that, so in that position, so all these records, is- so so it's here, the SAS system builds the data set one observation at a time. Okay, in this area of memory as the program is executed. So values, so these records, values are, so these records are read from the are read from the input buffer and then assigned to the corresponding variables. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
variables in the sense the columns. Okay, assigned to the corresponding variables. So at this position, we'll get two backend variables. One is underscore n underscore, another is underscore error underscore. Okay, so I'll
Mm-hmm.
just show you that. So once you create this piece of code,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so once these all records, they are fed into this input buffer, and then they
One
are,
at a time.
yeah, at a time. So and then they are stacked up, and then they are uh, assigned to a particular variable. Okay, this is column. Uh, at that position, we'll be getting two types of backend variables. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
automatically, so they'll get it automatically. Two types of backend variables which we can't see it, but we can still use it. Okay, so those are underscore n underscore. Another one is
Okay.
underscore error underscore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for example, uh,
So the meaning of like underscore and then
I'll tell
underscore.
you. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So the thing is, the PDV along with all other variables, there are two automatic variables. Those are underscore n underscore underscore error underscore. So underscore
Mm-hmm.
n underscore. So it normally indicates, how many times did the particular data step got iterated. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So iteration in the sense, so for here, the iteration is, so it got iterated four times because it has four records.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So each row, so it's called an iteration. Okay. The first row, gets iterated, and then goes to second, third, and fourth.
And fourth, yeah.
Yeah. So these all numbers one, two, three, and four will be stored in this particular underscore n underscore. Okay.
Okay.
Will be counted in underscore n underscore. Okay, and next part is underscore error underscore. Okay, whenever you get an error in terms of SAS data lines, in terms of SAS, data lines. For example, if I do in this way, yeah, now see, yeah. So we see here we got an error
Yeah.
at this particular statement called ID equal to one because there's an issue with line 1 and line 2. So both
Mm.
got combined. Both got combined. Due to some issue with the data return. So we got an error that underscore error underscore equal to 1
One.
and
Okay.
underscore n underscore equal to 1. Okay. So it states that at no, at the first line there's an error. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
So thing is, in terms of error underscore, so in terms of underscore error underscore, so how many? So if you get n number of errors, it will still be underscore error underscore equal to 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. But thing is, this particular underscore n underscore, it changes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on.
How many rows we have like included?
Exactly.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
only.
How
Okay.
many rows are there in in a particular data set? How many rows we have submitted for the data set? Okay. So,
Mm.
for example, we got error for almost all the rows. So, for all the rows in the log, so it will state as underscore error underscore equal to 1 and underscore n underscore equal to 1, 2, 3, so on. In that way.
Okay.
Yeah. So in that way, so these two are used, and the other one is this this underscore n underscore can be used to call data. Okay,
Mm.
which means, for example, uh, just remember this going through in detail in upcoming sessions. For example, if I want to choose, for example, if you want to uh, we have this numbering right 1, 2, 3, but we can't use this numbering. Okay,
Mm.
if we want that numbering as a specific variable, then we can have underscore n underscore. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this one is the last column.
Mm.
Yeah, we see here the flow is the same way. So here the flow is yeah. If you see here the flow is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which is the SAS defined system, which we can't store this right 1, 2, 3, 4 in the data set. But
Mm.
we can create our own numbering, our own indexing such that so we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and so up to 19. The help of underscore n underscore. Okay. So that is use of instead of apart from this apart from the log. Sorry, we haven't put the log. Apart from this log, if it's something apart from this information in the log underscore n underscore equal to 1, we can even
One.
get and let's read this data set. We can even get data in this one as memory. 1, 2, 3, 4, as the indexing part up to 19. Up to 19. Clear, ma'am?
Mm.
Any question?
17. Yeah.
Once so once you so once you got the data into the PDB, once you got the data into PDB, the next stage is receipt information. Okay, so uh, so on the SAR data set, okay.
Mm.
So in the receipt information, you SAS create and maintain information about SAS data set and its attributes. So attributes in the sense its length. So its length. So it's all these ma'am. It's length, type, format. Okay.
Right.
Okay, it's like type, format. Okay, everything in this one. So, clearly. Yeah. So apart from this, the name is nothing but it's kind of a variable name. So this label, length, type, format. So all this come under attributes. So in the the script information on all these attributes will be built up in the script information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So to see this particular information, we use procedure called proc contents. We'll go through this even this in detail. But so proc contents data equal to, so it gives the contents of a particular data set.
Mm-hmm.
You see here. So these are all this is what we can know. This is what we get the information in the descriptor section, in the descriptor information. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In terms of its length, type, label or this on all the information. So help of the raw context, we can get the information of a particular data. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe Mandal.
Hey Rajiv, your voice is again like not coming like.
Yeah, ma'am, clear now until now it is clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So in this one, yeah. So in terms of if you see, one second, ma'am. Yeah. So I have to show you a syntax error. Second, ma'am. I'm going to mention it. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Hello Rajiv.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got interrupted.
Yeah.
1 second. This is this moment, ma'am, is I just
Mm.
uh, have to show you how the data occurs. So in terms of errors, we have two kinds of errors. Okay. So which occur which can which normally occurs at the at the compilation stage. Okay. One is one is the syntax errors, other one is the
Mm.
logical errors. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So in terms of uh, you know uh, see, yeah. created. Yeah. Okay. So this is called, this is called a logical error, ma'am. So thing is, if you see here, so normally, whenever you get a logical error or you get
Mm.
a syntax error, you can define it easily. Okay. So in terms of, I'll just show you both things at the time. Yeah. We see here, this is a syntax error. Okay. So this will be at the start of the compilation stage. So normally, when you get error in terms of, in the form of a red color, okay.
Mm.
So it'll be more, so it'll be a syntax error or some kind of a missing statement. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So for the syntax error, you won't be getting underscore error underscore. Okay. But in terms of logical error, whenever you see, logical, in the sense in terms of error in the data, so you get underscore error underscore.
This will be the logical error if like error in the data.
Exactly. So in logical sense, logics always happen in the data, right? So
Mm.
so that's the reason. So so these are called logical data, logical errors, and these are called syntax errors. So syntax errors will not, we won't be getting underscore error underscore, because underscore error underscore will always be treated for the data values or the data records.
Mm.
Okay. From this statement, we see here, uh, for
So
syntax
why
error.
is it
Yes,
always
ma'am.
like one? Is there like because in the SAS there will be like the value will be assigned to only one?
Sorry, ma'am. No,
The
didn't get you.
underscore error underscore
Uh,
like value is always one. You already told me, right?
yeah,
This
it's always one, ma'am. Yeah, yeah.
so there's a specific reason behind this or like
Thing is, the thing is, it is a, it's a predefined map. Thing is,
okay.
so it says that at line one you have an error, at line two you have an error, at line three you have an error. So line one is underscore n underscore equal to one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so underscore n underscore is called a record, right? So it treats this particular thing as a record. Okay, so
Okay.
this entire record is given as first record. If underscore n underscore equal to 1, it is called first record. If underscore n underscore equal to 2, it's called second record, right? The same way which we have seen. Okay.
Okay.
So,
If we have error in like first row, second row, and third row, so it will be like one and then second, third in like
yeah,
underscore and underscore.
it will be 2, 3, and so on. So,
Okay.
so in this way, we can, so it tells, SAS tells us that at line 2, you have an error, underscore error underscore equal to 1, in that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then, so, that's the reason it will be always constant. This error will, will always be constant, but this will change. Underscore and underscore will change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
See the statement here. Syntax error, you won't get error equal to value. Okay.
Mm.
Syntax error can see in the log with red color, and
Mm-hmm.
whenever error is there, it shows red color
Okay.
underlining. Okay. Syntax error are program errors. Whenever you do a mistake in terms of program, or statement
Mm.
is or missing. Okay, you see here. So here the error is the headband is missing. We're
Mm.
expecting one of the following, a code or something. It just
Mm.
it just assumes something. So so that's called syntax error. Okay, and logical errors are data errors. Logical errors are data errors. Okay, error in the data. So this is the error in the data. This is
Mm-hmm.
called data errors. Okay, clear, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, so this is what so this is what so this happens until the compilation phase. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so once this gets so once our SAS data and I mean the SAS record pass through these three items, then we go into this execution phase. Okay, so where we begin with the data statement. So counts the iterations. So it counts how many how many data how many records are there in this particular iterations. So in this particular uh, data set. Okay, and after that, so and then it sets the variable values to missing in the program data vector. Okay, thing is okay. Second. So execution phase is nothing but ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
one second, ma'am. So I'm just saying is this necessary? Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
No?
Rajiv.
Yes. Ma'am.
Yeah, I will be back in half a minute.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So once particular data check has passed this three stages, ma'am. Input buffer, PDV, descriptive information. So it goes to the next step called execution phase.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah. So here, it reads the data statement, and again after that, uh, after that, it just sets a value. Okay, ma'am. Actually, this particular picture is not there in the handout, but no, but I'll show you this the website link, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So thing is, it's important until so normally backend process is important until these three, ma'am. Okay. Input
Mm-hmm.
buffer,
Okay,
PDV,
Ramdev.
and
Mm-hmm.
descriptive information. Okay. Once these three gets no, once these three gets passed, then
Mm-hmm.
then we get the data automatically. Okay.
Okay.
So this is more in depth, ma'am. So in terms of in terms of execution phase. Okay. So this one is once the SAS data set so it begins with the SAS data set, and then thing is it sets all the missing values on all the variables to missing values. Okay. So all the
Mm-hmm.
variables to missing values in the PDF. So then again it just reads each data record one by one. If there are no records, it just closes. Okay, and then goes to the next step. If there are records, if yes, there are records, it reads each and every record,
Mm-hmm.
executes it, and then gives out this and then writes this particular information of records into a SAS data. Okay? and then it goes to the again the beginning of the again the beginning of the step because it reads each record at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So so it's, so this entire process iterates again and again and again.
Okay. How many like rows we will
Yeah,
include?
exactly. How many rows are there? So in that way, it just iterates.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think the compilation phase is like more important.
Yeah. So in the compilation phase itself, you get to know, if there are any errors, okay, in terms of in terms of in-stream data or in terms of
Mm-hmm.
logical errors. So all these, all these are all these are driven in the compilation phase. So which has this input buffer for PDB and the and the and the descriptive information. Once
Mm-hmm.
everything gets sorted out, so the execution phase is simple. So it just it just gives the it just gives the data into the
Mm-hmm.
output data set.
Okay.
So the output data set means a simple data DS for it. This is the output data. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Save this URL again. Go to this map.
Okay.
So uh, so we see two phases right now. One is compilation phase, another one is otherwise a execution phase, right? So what
Mm-hmm.
happens here is, so whenever you pass, so actually we have two types of data, right? One is reading reading a data from an existing data source. That's self dot class.
Mm-hmm.
Other one is creating a data, creating our own data sets, right? No, so this is creating our own data. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
so in these two, the difference is whenever we create our own data, or else whenever we create data with the help of data lines. So
Mm-hmm.
these are called data lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So at, at that time, so this particular data will be passed into input buffer because we are creating a new data.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. But if you have a if you if you're if you're reading something from from an existing data set, so
Mm-hmm.
input buffer won't be coming into picture. Okay. It will be directly starting from the execution phase.
Execution phase because like it will like because we are not doing it, so already like
Yeah,
data is
it's already
okay.
available. So everything got
Mhm.
checked up. So only
Okay.
only that particular data to be fed up in the not to be fed to the particular not to be fed to the output data set. So that's the
Okay.
reason it will start from the program data vector such that all the variables, they are stacked to this record. So all the
Mhm.
records are stacked to the particular variable. So which is from the PDB.
Mhm.
Okay. The PDB after that, it will go to the execution base and then we get the output data set. But in terms of data lines, okay, in terms of data lines, first as we are creating as we are creating our own records, that's the reason
Mhm.
input buffer comes into picture because input buffer reads the records first and then if everything is correct
Mhm.
in terms of syntax error or logical error, if everything is correct,
Mhm.
and then it feds the data to the uh,
Execution. Yeah.
sorry to to the variables.
Okay.
Okay, in terms of syntax error, if it is correct, sorry, no, only the no, only the syntax error, ma'am. If it is correct in terms of syntax error, and then it goes to the PDV and then goes to the descriptive information.
Okay.
Okay, in the input buffer, it reads each and every record. Okay, before that, it checks for the syntax errors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if the syntax error pass, then it goes to the input buffer. After input buffer, it goes to the PDB. After PDB, it goes to the descriptor information.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only difference between to read a data from an existing source, or
Mm-hmm.
to create create a data from an no, to from an data lines,
Okay.
creation of data from using data lines, or reading data from an external source. I mean, not external source in terms of the same source present in the libraries.
Yeah, yeah, SAS libraries.
Yes, as
Okay.
libraries. Yeah. So this what changes. No, this what the backend operation changes when you read two types of data
Mm-hmm.
in two types of ways. Okay, ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So normally, even syntax checks all. I mean, even happens in terms of data step also. Okay, whenever there is a kind of a syntax error, so even it happens in data step also. But the only thing is input buffer changes, because input buffer needs records.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because here we are creating the records, right? So input
Mm-hmm.
buffer, it needs records, and then it feds that to the particular variables. But in this case, we already have records,
Mm-hmm.
right? No, all the no only the no the records are being created and are and are present in this particular data set. So here the operation is just to output this data set into a new data set.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason I know here the input buffer won't be coming into picture. Clear, ma'am? Or any
Yeah.
questions on this one?
No, it's clear. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is important, ma'am. Just go through this, and just share this. Whatever we learned, so everything will be here. Okay.
You already shared in the chat, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So just go through this. Gonna go through these interview questions if you feel, if you find some time.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So this is what the the data set process is how it is built in the backend. Okay. Once you submit once you submit the a data step, this is what we get: input buffer, PDV, and descriptive information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Normally, based on it, you can if you are clear with this concept, based on this, we can tell how statements and options work. How all of the SAS operations work. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the next part is uh, now we're gonna start our actual coding part in the data step. So whenever you see a keyword called data, so it's called a data step. Normally, data step is it is useful to perform data access and data management. Okay, so in terms of data access and management, so something called access in the sense retrieving information from
Mm-hmm.
from an existing source. Okay, existing source in the sense from an existing data set, or creating your own data with the help of data lines.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here, we can have, here it checks the errors. validate, we can correct our code, SAS code, create new variables. We can create new variables. We can just we can just analyze them in terms of new
Mhm.
variables. After creating new variables, we can create new data sets from an existing SAS data sets. We can manipulate data sets, reshape data sets. With the help of few other operations, we can manipulate and reshape data sets. I mean the data. Okay, not data sets. I mean the data. Okay, so post that even we can generate and print reports with the help of data step. Okay, so normally what we do is we mostly print reports with the help of procedures, which is called which starts with
Proctor.
proc. Yeah, no we have
Mhm.
no we have quite a few number of procedures where we can
Okay.
print and no no and no where we can print reports, build reports and print them. Okay, but apart from that, even data step has has an has an inbuilt procedure and has an inbuilt coding where we can print reports. Okay,
Mhm.
so all that to manipulate a particular all that to analyze data, we use data step.
Mhm.
Yeah, so if you see it clearly, so all these two, ma'am, data access and data management is what data step does. Okay. So whatever that comes under data access, whatever that comes in between data access or comes under data access and data management, that all those fall under data step. Yeah. So something we built, I mean, in terms of reports, in terms of graphs, something, it is after data step. So once data is clearly measured or analyzed, to show it in a more pictorial way, we use the procedures. Okay, ma'am?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. First one is uh, data statement. Okay. Set statement. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll start with this data statement. Okay. I guess when if we have some people, then we,
Yeah, we can start like in the next week when they both will join. Otherwise, they will like,
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm just
yeah, they will ask question and yeah.
yeah.
So
That will take some time.
yeah, you're gonna start like next week, Thursday.
Okay. Is it fine, ma'am? Is it fine for you? For
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah, it is fine. Yeah, no problem because they will ask.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like it's class for 2 days, right? For Thursday and the Friday, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
For
Even the next week, the 2 days itself. Once I get over the first batch, then we can have 3 days of sessions.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, at least I will get time to do like something like how to create the libraries and how to save
Yeah. Yeah.
and I will
Yeah.
yeah, I
Please
will
do
do
practice, ma'am.
practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Please.
without practice we will forget like what we have to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that happens, man. Yeah, without that,
Yes.
at least a half an hour or 1 hour practice, that would that
Yes.
should do. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, sure, yeah.
yeah.
I don't know why they didn't join today.
Not sure.
Definitely next week they will like we don't know how to do this.
Yeah, they'll. I mean, even I'm not sure. Actually, Tulsi will inform me beforehand if he is not joining.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. Not sure about that.
I
It's okay,
think
man. No.
Ishan is like Ishan was asking me like he is just 20 years old, so he's exploring. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
but
thing is, yeah, not sure, but he's he's a little worried about what we are. uh, you know, how we are advancing, but but I said him that we haven't advanced it in any way. We are start of the sessions. We are start of the SAS.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
I was also explaining him like it's like a first or second class, so it's not
yeah,
like we are like in advanced level, we're just
exactly.
basic. Yeah, if he will read, definitely he will like learn. But he
Yeah,
was like, I'm just 20 years old. I'm like, okay, that's okay if you're 20 years old or like 22 or 23. It doesn't matter. If you want to learn, you will definitely learn.
exactly. I thought he'll be little he'll be little active in the sessions, but uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's like more towards like I am just exploring. But okay, like you are exploring, but if you are learning something, you have to be like learn in a, like not like I don't know anything. You have to
exactly.
be like invest more time into it if you don't know. So you
Yeah,
can Google it and you can list search there like different of like videos in the YouTube also.
right.
So you have to be like invest if you like if you want to really learn. You can't
Yeah.
like just explain like I am just 20 years or 25. Like it doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, that's right, man. Yeah. I told him, but
I'm
he's
like,
still little worried about how to start and all. Yeah, I even explained him
and
that
he's like very hesitant towards like if I will ask the question or not, how like everyone will like most of like how they will think. No, like you can ask any question if you want to ask, but like you don't have to worry about like you don't know anything. But yes, you have to invest like more time towards like if you like you have to like read the hands out and you can watch videos. So like I am
exactly.
ready to help whenever if you want. Like I'm ready to help. I don't have any problem. So
Okay.
like you were very confused. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's the reason because yeah, that's the reason. I told him, but it's still he still wants he still wants me to explain him separately. That's what he expects.
Yeah, you can't like explain him like
Yeah,
separately. I think you
that's
don't
what
like you also don't have time, right? You are
exactly.
working.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have like limited time
Time.
and then yeah.
True.
I can totally
Yeah,
understand because you're also working and you are in India, so like a different time like
exactly,
difference,
ma'am.
right?
Yeah, exactly, ma'am.
So
Yeah, because I start my work post these sessions. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. And India, like you have to be working until like I don't know, my judge was working until midnight. I was like, what's
Okay, okay. Yeah, that happens. Whenever there is a little more work, but if it's
He's
okay.
also in the banking sector,
Oh,
so
okay, 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 okay.
so
Yeah, I
every
know.
time
I'm
he
doing
was
banking sector.
working
Yeah,
and I was like, okay.
yeah. That happens, ma'am. Yeah.
I was like, if my husband will do this, I was like, okay, no, 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 leave the job, don't do this.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have a great weekend,
yeah,
Rajiv.
yeah. You too, ma'am. Yeah. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. Yeah.
yeah,
Bye
yeah.
bye.
Bye bye.